Hello and welcome to the final video of the Desmos Online Graphing Calculator series. And today we're going to be talking about classroom activities, and they are exactly what they sound like, activities that can be done in the classrooms with your class. So there are a couple ways to get to it. You can click on that link, you can click on this button, or the direct link here is teacher.desmos.com, and it will bring you to this page, and it is populated with a number of different activities for a number of different math problems here, and you can have a lot of fun kind of going through these. They're kind of grouped by what they cover. You can look at new ads, most popular, and all that stuff. And right here, most popular activities, marble slides, lines, is actually what we're going to look into today. This is one I've done before, so I'm pretty familiar with it. And you can see here, you can create a class code. Now, I won't create one today simply because I don't have a class to populate it, but what we can do is when it does get populated, you'll see this pop up. It'll say 0 initially, it'll give you the date and all that, and it'll give you this little code. If you click on that, it'll bring you to a link that you can give to your students so that they can get into your specific activity. And let's take a look just at kind of how these look. So kind of give you an overview of what and why they created this. This one is about lines. It's kind of it's an introduction into slope, intercept, form, and y equals mx plus b. And kind of down here is how this works. So it kind of lays out the rules. It's collect the 3 stars, and it shows you how to do it. So it just kind of lays out different ways that you can do things and what's expected of you, and has all this other information which you can look through if you so choose to do this one. So let's take a look back at one that I did earlier this year in February with my class. And first I'll show you here this anonymize. I will keep that clicked so you can't see my students names, but here they are. So what it'll have their names out here on the left. When you click anonymize, it will give them it looks like, pre-popular names, Aristotle, Albert Einstein, stuff like that. Now the first thing let's talk about is the student view. So this is what the student sees. It starts, it kind of walks you through it. So this is what they do. You launch, they get a success, perfect, good job, okay, and it moves you on. Then you can move on to the next one. And then it says change one number in the row below to fix the marble slide. So they have to think, I can only change one of these 2 numbers. Let's try the 3. Let's try that. Well, that doesn't look like it helped. So let's change it back to 3. Maybe we can try, whoa, look what happened when I did that. So that's kind of the point of these, is to help them kind of work through it. But I won't go too much into the student side of things because we're more focused on the teacher side of things. So here you can see the responses and how they've done. So check marks are correct, X's are bad, and then you can go see exactly what they have, what they said. And for these here, you can see, actually we better go to this one. You can see what they responded to. So at various points they're going to be asked to answer a question like this. If we changed the negative 0.14 to a 2 in the equation, what would happen to the graph? And then it would become positive, and they're able to answer the way they do. Now, the most important thing probably for teachers here is the pacing and the pause. So when you click into pacing, select a screen to start pacing your class. So if you want the whole class to go at the same rate, you can show them this one only. Or if you have a specific thing to talk about in screen 4, then you can select that one only. Perfect. Or you can do 4s and 5 if you don't want them to get too far ahead. That's kind of the pacing. That's how the pacing works. And then it will only allow them to be on those 2, so you can't have, let's see here, it looks like uh, Niles here got kind of far ahead without really making any progress. The other thing you can do is if you have an announcement at the beginning of class, you let them work, then you can pause it, and it will just freeze the students' screens, and they can't get any further into the assignment. So again, here's what it looks like when you want to share this. You can share this link. It'll get them exactly where they need to go, or the students can go to student.desmos.com and type in A4C5A. So this is what it looks like for a student. Join. Perfect. There's my name again. Perfect. We go on Marble Slides, and we can join that A4C5A. And then this is what it looks like as a student. And this is the student side, and again, they'll just kind of work through it, and it's kind of your job as a teacher, I guess, to figure that out. So here it has the activity is paused, and that is because we still have it paused here. So when it's paused, it'll pause them. I can't do anything as a student. I can click around all I want, but it doesn't matter what happens. And also another important thing here to note is, let's see if I can find my name here. Scott Williams right here. So when you anonymize it, if you wanted to talk about specific answers with the class, you have a way of tracking. So my name is Scott Williams, and here's my line here. Then again, like I was talking about, so you can see it as a teacher. If it's unpaused, then I have free roam to go into whatever line I want. And again, if you don't want somebody to get too far ahead or too far behind, you can say, let's go to 6, 7, and 8. Perfect. And then when I'm here, if I try to get off of 5, 6, 7, and 8, okay, it will not allow me to. Once I restrict it here, restrict screens 6, 7, and 8. So here I am. I'm not allowed to do anything like that. Perfect, 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 perfect. So 7 and 8, I can go back and forth as much as I want, but I cannot go any further. And again, here you can see who all is where. So I'll stop the restriction. So if I had all 25 people or 24 people in this, it would have, if there was 10 people on this and 12 people on this one, then you can kind of see where people are. And if, say, everyone has gotten past number 8 and they all struggled on 8, then that's when you can pause it and have a nice class discussion about what were the struggles on 8 and all that stuff. So again, it's a new page, teacher.desmos.com, or right from the Desmos site, it's classroom activities, and you can have a good look at all of these. I would encourage you to go through a couple as a student just to see what they look like, and then you're able to kind of figure out which will work in your classroom for your lesson that day. So with that, that is the end of the Desmos online calculator tutorials. I hope you enjoyed them and learned a lot. And have a good day and enjoy mathing.